Lost Boys.
Welcome back, guys. We got a nice soundtrack going on. Haim and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little segue into our next episode of Smokeyheads Retro Movie Show. I'm so excited about this next movie we're going to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. Lost Boys, okay? I know once you saw the title at the bottom of the videos and stuff, everybody got excited and needed to click on this.
If you are a vampire fan, you definitely will not want to miss this.
I'm pretty sure everybody from the 80s saw this movie.
Okay? This is what made it a staple. You have to have, if you're going to have a good movie, it has to have a topless saxophone play.
Oh, we got the best guy here. I mentioned his name in the podcast. Great horror movie, great comedy. It was able to balance both. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The studios were all worried about that.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't you guys learn a little bit more about this movie by joining us for our podcast. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Roll the trailer.
Michael and Sam have just moved to Santa Cruz. They're about to discover its secret.
Notice anything unusual about Santa Carla yet?
No. It's a pretty cool place. If you're a Martian.
Or a vampire.
Brother Sammy, help me!
Stay back! Stay back!
What's happening to me, Star?
Get yourself a good sharp steak. Drive it right through his heart.
You're a vampire, Michael. My own brother, a damn blood-sucking vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy.
When a vampire buys it, it's never a pretty sight.
Michael, they're coming! Oh, shit!
We're good.
I hope so.
You probably just have a different setting, like you're hiding it.
We wouldn't be able to see you. See, I can see
That's
you.
what I was
Okay.
saying.
No, because I had a comment.
We're getting better at this.
All
All right, well, welcome back. We're here for Smokeyheads Retro Movie Show.
The 80s.
Yeah.
We got to get this boy a catchphrase. We didn't even introduce ourselves last time, but by now you should know
Well,
us.
you should know who the hell we are.
If you don't
Well,
know,
let's start it
yeah,
off by asking our friends to like and subscribe, and
Yeah.
maybe,
Family.
grab a notification.
tell your
Yeah.
friends and families, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends. Remember.
And so on and so on.
All right, man. Today's movie, we are going for a 1980s classic, vampire classic.
Ooh.
That actually
Okay.
sets some change the genre,
Yes, definitely. The Lost Boys.
Whoa.
Nice.
I was very excited to watch this.
Not from Peter Pan.
And
Actually, it was named by the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The original script was.
Yeah.
It's about the Lost Boys. It was the 8-year-olds.
It was supposed to be more like the Goonies,
Yes.
with
Well,
like teenage,
la-di-da.
like young teenage vampires. Actually, the I gotta stop saying actually, but the Frog Brothers. I know I say that all the time. Like, stop saying that, damn it. The Frog Brothers were supposed to be like some chunky Boy Scouts. or something. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
I
Yeah.
love them.
So what'd you think when I said, hey, chaps, today's assignment is Lost Boys?
But I wasn't too excited because I've seen it so many times, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, Lost Boys. But when I watched it, I was surprised.
When I heard that, I was like, all right, cool, classic,
Again, like, another movie that we saw.
Yeah, I've seen it a million times. I don't even need to watch it because I can just act it in my living room, No, I did watch it just to make sure, But I'm just saying, I just know it that well, I could just say line for line,
Right.
I can even do the whole dance with the saxophone and stuff.
Tommy Capella.
That guy, man.
Yeah, the dude,
Tim Capella. That's his name. I got He was Tina Turner's saxophone.
I think it was only for one song.
Yeah,
Though.
okay.
Or was it?
No, he was on tour. When,
okay.
Yeah, but it's like you were saying, you've seen these movies so many times, especially when you're a kid. And even now, it comes on TV, there's nothing on. You just, wherever part it's on, you just start watching it.
Yeah, you know.
But when you sit there and you just start, you just watch it from the beginning to end,
Right.
it's kind of like, wow, it just takes you back, first of all.
Yeah.
It takes you back to the 80s, like to a different time of movies where, like,
Way
shit was fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, things, I mean, movies are different now. You can't fucking deny it. Just like movies were different in the 70s and when we compared them in the 80s. And,
Absolutely.
Every decade, the movies change.
Yeah,
The 90s sucked for horror until Scream came out. But, Well, yeah, I'll just say this real quick. All right, good call, Chops. So, I actually bought this specifically because I was like, oh, shit, they got it in 4K. And it was fucking gorgeous.
Wow, that's cool.
Also, the director's commentary, all the special features are mostly from like the Blu-ray because Joel Schumacher passed away recently, like I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow.
I'll tell you, listening to his commentary, we'll talk about that when we get to him. But commentary was excellent. The transfer, perfect.
Right.
I've never seen a movie like this before because it's in its real freaking format.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Blowout, where it's like it's so widescreen. I always forget the ratio numbers. I suck with the numbers with that. But it's like the 70 millimeter. That's what they did, like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which makes it really, really like long. So you see a lot of stuff, and that's how this was. There was so many things I saw in this. I was like, I never noticed that before. I never noticed that before. I never noticed that. Before.
I wish I would have.
Yeah, and
that, man.
I said that I hate that. Like even HBO has a Criterion channel, which I was surprised that.
Really?
That Blowout wasn't on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at there's a section. They got great movies. They have the Teen Wolf that I have on there.
Yeah.
But again, they don't put it in the right format.
Yeah.
And then it's like if I have to get up and actually open the case and put it in a damn machine and wait for it to load, I will never watch it, But if it comes on cable, I'll watch it.
So that I don't mind because then that means I'm in a mindset now.
Yeah.
If I got to get up and put the movie in, turn up the lights, Weasel Theater starts.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
I agree with that totally because
phone goes down, that's it.
That gives you more of a reason to watch the movie.
Yeah.
When you got to go through those steps to get to fucking watch the movie. My number is July 30th, 1987, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we going to get the right numbers?
The budget, I got the right number this time. Holy monkey. Budget, $8.5 million for Lost Boys. Okay?
What was this? 8.5
million.
For the budget?
Yes.
Wow.
I did read that the reason why we didn't see any flying.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
I was like, well, no.
Have to do it fast.
Right.
Dude, your numbers are off, man.
What the hell?
There's no way. First of all, there's no way it cost $85 million in fucking 1980. I think Platoon cost like less than that.
$85 million. I thought he said 8.5. That's why I said, okay, I can understand.
Oh, he said 8.5.
Yeah, and I said I can understand why they had no budget for the flying anymore.
Holy shit. I thought he said 85.
No, 8.5.
That's like the Titanic.
Oh, okay, my bad. That's on me. 85 million.
That's all it's like.
5.2.
Okay.
Sure, we could have got a flying.
Gross, 33 million.
Okay, yeah, we got it. I hear you now. No, I really miss.
I know. I want to make sure I get it right. Because the first time I fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. And playing on your radio. Hey, ready for this? Shakedown by Bob Seger.
Yep. Shakedown, breakdown.
That would also Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep. Yes, Beverly Hills Cop. Yep. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
cool,
that's
good
right.
Call, good call. All right, man. Let's get the stats. Let's keep this moving on.
All right. Okay. So
stats, credits.
Yeah, they got the credits and stuff. So as mentioned before, it was directed by Joel Schumacher. Writing.
I always got to talk about a director.
Joel Schumacher is the one who did the Batman. That's what I was talking about in the last podcast.
Yeah. Let's. All right.
We don't want to talk about that.
Unfortunately, he was known for that. That he killed Batman.
Yeah,
it wasn't all his fault. He did Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah, if you didn't fuck up the first one, let's do it again. Let's do it worse.
Batman Forever is actually a pretty good movie. Batman and Robin just got too cheesy, and it wasn't his fault. He wanted to go dark, and it's supposed to be there's supposedly a Joel Schumacher cut of Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like 3 hours long. Kevin Smith actually showed it in his movie theater.
Oh, that's
So
really
it's
cool.
special, yeah. And they said it's much darker and everything. It's more about the psychology of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
The problem was Batman Returns. McDonald's had put all their fucking money into Batman Returns.
Yes.
And Batman Returns was not a kiddie movie.
Yeah.
It was way too dark for kids.
What, when he's eating the fish and biting people's noses
Noses off,
off?
you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of crazy shit in that movie. So that's why they wanted something lighter.
Yeah.
And then they made him go even lighter.
Boy.
Here's where I stick up for him. One, the commentary on Lost Boys was one of the best commentary I've ever heard. Just him. He talks to you like he's telling you he talks about like how he loves film students.
Right.
So he goes, "Oh, the way I did this was he was a fashion maker. He was a fashion designer, and he got a job as a director. Wait until I tell you the movie he directed. This is his fourth movie, and I'm making this fast. But his commentary is everything he does. He goes, "Well, if you want to know how I did this, this is how we did this, and this is how we did this," and he would tell you how he did all the special effects.
Right.
And like Jason said, they didn't have a budget for it for flying. He goes, "But I feel like it's more scary not knowing what happened."
Right.
Everything that they did in that movie was practical on camera. There was only 2 green screens in it, and that was toward the end. Whatever. So now his first movie, Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Wow. I
I didn't realize he did that one. Huh?
St. Elmo's Fire.
Okay.
I haven't seen that
DC Cab.
Oh,
remember that
I
one.
can't believe he did that one.
Right?
That's insane.
yet. And the Zoom.
And then he did this. And when you were saying about the Lost Boys was that it was supposed to be like this PG. He said it was G actually. It was a G-rated, Peter Pan type movie. All the shit that Jason just said
Yeah,
before.
like the Goonies. It was
And he was like, I don't make G movies. He goes, I like violence and cursing and sexiness and everything. And also, he loves the Doors. And that's why there's so much Doors and Jim Morrison in that.
Okay, yeah.
I was wondering.
Because he was like Jim Morrison was obsessed with death, and he also had this sexiness about him. He was also gay, Joel Schumacher. So he loved the sexiness of that Jim Morrison brought out.
Right.
And that's what he wanted in his characters. Everybody had to be sexy and fucking. So he wanted all that shit in there, even the girls, and he did a fucking excellent job.
And just to throw on top of what you were saying, actually, the movie was supposed to be, it was even more violent. It was shot even more violent than it was, and had to tone it down a little.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah, when we get to talking about the specific scene,
When you start talking about directors, I can't. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just gotta keep going, man. I love it. I love my directors.
So we got the writers. Both the screenplay and the story were written by Jan Fisher and James Jeremias. And then the screenplay was also helped out by Jeffrey Bohm.
It was produced by Richard Donner, who did Superman and Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
And he was supposed to direct this one.
Okay.
And because of Lethal Weapon, that's why he didn't direct it. So he was like, I thank Richard Donner for letting me do that.
Wow.
It started off his career, because this is his biggest movie.
Yeah, and then he wound up producing it. Yeah, for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. And and he was also, Joel Schumacher was saying, like, about the cast he had. He's like, I had just crazy talent.
And then unknowns.
Yeah.
Everybody was unknown.
Yeah. And then we had Jason Patric as Michael.
This was only his second movie. You know what his first movie was?
Rush.
Jason Patric.
That was his last.
Yeah,
that was like
we get it.
90s. You're going to bug out when you hear this one.
Which one is it?
Solar Babies.
Oh, yeah.
Solar Baby.
Yeah, you
that
know
one?
why? Because I was actually going to make a comment about that in like 2 seconds. So, but
right in the tip of my
exactly. You threw me off. You asked a question. I was like, but we had Corey Haim in there.
That was his second movie too. First movie was Lucas.
Yeah.
We talked about that in Goonies.
Then we had Dianne Wiest.
She's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Every movie she's in,
And
Parenthood she was in.
He was saying that he got lucky with getting her because she had just won the Academy Award for Hannah and the Sisters. Woody Allen film.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's such a great. She was in Parenthood. I mean, so many.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying.
It's all right.
Oh,
I'm not listening. I should have been listening. She's on that new show that Miguel just got me into, Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh,
She plays the mother of these criminal brothers.
Yep. So then we had Bernard Hughes as the grandpa.
He was like on TV shows, but I wasn't
Yeah,
familiar.
Supposedly
he was a really known actor. I just didn't know.
Yeah, I forgot.
And then we had Edward Herman as Max.
All right, give me where he's from. I know there's one Edward Herman, Max.
So
There's two that you should know. One, I mean, you'll be like, oh, okay. Overboard was the easy one.
Oh yeah, okay.
He was
Yeah,
the husband of Goldie
yeah,
Hawn.
Goldie Hawn's husband.
Goldie Hawn's husband in Overboard.
Okay.
And then he was Teddy Roosevelt in Annie.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, right? That was a good one,
Yeah,
right?
I would
I
never
read that. I
put
was
that
like,
together,
oh.
until you said that.
But he mostly did TV shows.
And then we had Keifer Sutherland.
First starring movie.
No.
He was on At Close Range with Kevin Costner. But they cut out his scene, and he was only in it at the end, and Joel Schumacher saw him, and he was like, let me see if this guy can read.
Yeah.
And Joel Schumacher loved him.
Oh, that was pretty cool. And then we had Jamie Gertz. That was the Solar Baby reference. She got the job because of her work with Jason Patric, and he recommended her because Joel Schumacher actually wanted a blonde for the part,
blonde,
you know.
Oh.
So he convinced her
He said that
give Jamie
he
Gertz.
believed Jason Patric had a crush on her.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
She's
you know,
gorgeous.
she's you know.
So many great movies. Less Than Zero. That's one I don't like though.
But she's in it, so I'll watch it.
Yeah. There was one really great movie she did. I can't think of it, but she was on a lot of TV shows too. She showed up on like Different Strokes and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, I've been watching Different Strokes. I've been seeing so many actors that show up.
Oh yeah, of course,
I'm
the
like,
guest
what the
stars
hell?
and stuff. Yeah, and then we had Corey Feldman. This is what actually started the Coreys back in the 80s.
Yep,
you know,
right.
like you know, this is the movie they got. Yeah, they became friends.
And he had just finished Goonies, so this was his. He's already done a couple movies, and he did Gremlins and all that stuff. So he was probably the most known actor that came in.
Then we had Jameson Newlander, the other Frog brother, Alan Frog. Brooke Carter was Paul, and then the vampires.
That's the long with the
black hair. I think
Joel Schumacher said he never heard from him again, but he still stays in touch with. Well, at that time, the long blonde hair, the big guy that looks like a winger.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. He's like, he totally killed whatever his guy's name. Yeah, he's like,
but Alex Winter is worthy because that's
exactly. And then there was Billy Worth, Dwayne, which is another vampire, and then Alex Worth. Alex Winter, which is
time, I think.
Marco.
There was a movie that he did that we saw in the movies. It was called War Party. Do you guys remember?
Yeah, I remember.
He was the Indian guy. He played one
I
of
was
the Indian
gonna
guys.
say it was one of like a
they were doing a reenactment of like the Indian War or something like that, and then they killed one by an accident, and it was like they were all chasing them. It was like in the night, it was like early, like late '80s, maybe early. 90s, But I never seen it again.
Vaguely remember that, you know.
That was like The Rescue too. Remember that one? It was a Disney flick, The Rescue.
Oh yeah.
So, they had to rescue their parents that were in a camp.
You got you?
No.
Rescuers.
No, it was like these kids that their parents were all in the military or whatever, and they got kidnapped by the bad guys. Whatever.
Saddam Hussein.
I don't even know if it was that time. I think it was like before that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and the kids had to go out and rescue their fucking parents and stuff. That was crazy shit. Let's go on, man. First act, man. How does it start off? Go off and we're introduced we go to Santa Cruz, but that's really where it was shot. But they call it Carla? Yeah.
Because Santa Cruz, the town, was like, we're all for you shooting here and everything like that, but we don't like it calling it Santa Cruz, the murder capital of the world.
What?
So if you
meet David and the gang, and it's crazy because David, this year,
there you go.
Keifer Sutherland's got the least amount of words in this movie. I could have sworn he talked a lot more.
You don't have any line.
Well, he's more in the beginning, you know, because he's convincing Jason Patric to join.
Yeah, and after that, but still,
like
it's
that.
but every time it's always just like a couple words here, a couple.
Yeah.
Yep,
so you know, we got
more lines than him.
Well, of course, he has to start.
Well, he's the star, yeah.
I thought Michael would start.
And they were 13 years old. That is insane.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Well, the gang was 18. They said Alex Winter was the youngest. He was just about to turn 18.
Okay.
But they were all 18, and Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, they were all like 13.
Yeah, I mean, they look it.
I didn't see that.
I'll tell you what, man.
I don't remember looking like that at 13.
Whoever the costume designer was in that movie, man, they gave Corey Haim the most fugly.
They did that on purpose.
It was the most 80s shit you could possibly like.
There it goes again with the 80s shit. That 80s hate.
No, I love my 80s.
podcast.
We're doing
I love my 80s.
podcast, ladies and
But I'm sorry, but there's just like, neon pink and shit, like it was okay back then, but now
it was.
All right, but that was back then.
If you were a skater,
no, that wasn't skater.
No, I'm saying if you were a skater, most of the skater.
Then you beat people up with the pink.
No, Ocean Ocean Pacific stuff, which is a skater brand, surfer brand, was bright colors.
Not with what he was wearing. No, he was wearing collars and shit like that. Yeah, and
But they
jackets.
talk about the colors.
Yeah.
He was wearing the total 80s thing.
Yeah,
They did
like-
it on purpose because they wanted him to be a mall kid.
Yeah.
That's what they call. That's
That's exactly what he was.
He was a mall kid living in this new town that was totally not the mall.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
you got
like-
surfer punks.
Right.
Which is a real thing too. That there are
Yeah.
surfer punks that they fucking beat up people for surfing in their fucking
Yeah.
their
In
area
their
or
water.
whatever, yeah.
Makes sense.
And you get the people estranged thing. Now here's a real cool. Now on the commentary, this is what I love about Joel Schumacher. He is a music dude.
Right.
Like he knows every fucking song in this movie, and he picked them perfectly. Echo and the Bunnymen.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, Rayman, yeah, it was Ray Manzarek. I'm sorry, Ray Manzarek. Was producing their music.
Okay.
So he called up Ray Manzarek and he says, you know, can you do get Echo and the Bunnymen to do
Yeah, remake.
a remake of it, and that's where you got that. So
Oh, that's pretty cool.
just so I don't have to say it again later. Run DMC gave him Walk This Way. Oh shit! Nice. In Excess put 2 songs on there, and they did it as a favor. And Joel Schumacher said, anything you ever need, let me know.
Mhm.
They needed a director for The Devil Inside, and they directed it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
So it was like a trade-off. That's really, really
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So he was, and like even to like that song that Corey Haim singing in the bathtub, he knew exactly who sung that. He was like, it was an old like 40s or 30s song, or maybe even earlier. So first act introduces everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, we all get introduced. They all got to go to Grandpa's house. They got to move to Grandpa's house. Right, they divorced the
From
parents.
Arizona.
Yeah, I think his mom got
His
divorced.
mom
and stuff.
divorced his father because he
They
didn't
found him
believe in
smoking.
monkeys.
They found him growing weed in the kitchen.
Yeah. The old fart.
Yeah.
His own little stash. Don't touch my stash.
I got root beer in my soda pop.
It's like, where's the TV? He's like, oh, you got a TV guy, but you ain't got a TV.
Yeah.
You need a TV guy. You don't need a TV. So
I disagree with that.
you got to introduce all the characters right off the bat, and you
Right.
see like they said Jason Patric was like that in real life too with Corey Haim, that like a big brother.
Yeah.
You know, they
Set
really
it
got
off, yeah.
along and everything. They really get along together and everything. They we go to the boardwalk and everything. The mom meets Max looking for a job, whatever. He owns a video store.
Radio
Jason
shack.
Patric meets
Like
Jamie
a video
Gertz.
shack or a video
Or-
store?
What?
It was like a video shack or a video store?
The video
It was a
store.
video store.
Okay.
Yeah, he was renting movies.
Do you remember?
Right.
Do you remember? Have you ever been in a radio shack?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, how do you know what a radio shack looks like? I bought some batteries once.
That Jamie Gertz entrance is awesome, and that's when the dude fuck with
the saxophone. The half
Shawn
naked
Michaels did that,
saxophonist, man. Forget it. That sparked so much.
Everybody knows that. Oh, yeah, that guy is. Nobody knows his name though. That's what's sad. So I was like, I'm glad I remember his name. I always wrote it down and remember. Sam finds the comic book store.
Yep.
Now I don't know the version you did, but in my version, I never saw the parents sleeping in the back against the TV.
Yeah, who are they?
That's his parents. They have to be their parents. They're fucking 13-year-old
Yeah,
kids. They're not
yeah.
fucking-
I didn't know it was his parents, but I saw there was
It's a mother and
I
guy
saw
and
the
girl.
adults, yeah,
Yeah,
sleeping
yeah,
and stuff, but I never.
They're 13-year-old kids do not run a store.
No.
Own a store.
No, I'm saying, I thought that the people that were sleeping were in the store. But they look like
No, they were behind the counter. They were behind the counter.
Yeah.
You can see. I was like, I never recognized. I was like, holy shit! And like, they really showed them in this one. That's why I said,
Yeah.
So they have to be. He starts talking about comic books with the Frog Brothers. The Frog Brothers is the introduction of the Frog
Yeah.
Brothers. Like I said, like 15 minutes, everybody's getting introduced.
And he starts dropping some knowledge, some comic book knowledge,
Yeah,
making them look
yeah.
like a bunch of bitches.
Yeah.
You know.
And go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Oh, he shuts them all up. He's like, why you got 700 with the 200?
yeah, that's what you said.
Oh, I didn't need that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody ever listens to me.
The Frog Brothers introduce him to the vampire comic books.
Yep. Yeah. Even though he don't like them and he don't want it.
Yeah, you don't want it and everything. I don't want it. Then when the grandfather introduces the car that he has.
Oh, yeah.
Was that not like License to Drive? Like,
Oh,
nobody drives my car.
Well, yeah, I
haven't seen License to Drive in a while.
Well, I actually just saw it the other day. What's it called? But no, that was just
Stop
more
watching
like.
all these 80s movies and wait for me to fucking assign them.
Sorry,
to
they're
you.
just hard.
Yeah, you need to be assigned them.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, I close my eyes. But what's it called? No, it was just more about, you know, like he didn't like town.
Yeah.
Because even like when the mother says, "Oh, I have Max coming over for dinner," he's like, "We're having company again." She's like, "You haven't had company in like 8 years." He's like, "Yeah, now we're gonna have it again," you know. And that's what he said with the card. He was like, "Ready to go to town?" And he shuts it up. He's like, "I thought we were going to town." He's like, "That's as far as close to town I'd like to get."
But he gets in the car and dropped off a stuffed dog to some lady.
Yeah.
Well, she was a widow.
She's a widow.
Yeah, he's trying to hook up with her.
Like, I need something that'll be like some aftershave.
Yeah, he's like Windex.
Yeah.
Windex. Wow.
And now Michael finally meets up with Star.
Yes.
But then they start the whole 80s racing scene.
Oh yeah, racing on the beach.
Yeah, racing on the beach and everything. Which they said was very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
But Keifer Sullivan and Jason Patric were both pretty good. Keifer Sullivan was a motorcycle enthusiast.
Oh really?
Yeah, but he says nowadays they would have got reamed for not wearing helmets.
Oh yeah,
and he was like,
not have stunt doubles, and
Yeah.
insurance would have been fucking insane.
Exactly. But he was like, but it wouldn't have looked as cool as this stuff.
No, exactly.
It wouldn't have been cool at all.
Yeah. And they take him to the lair and
They
everything.
just blue screen off the helmet.
Yeah, right. They totally would have done that. They
Yeah.
totally would have done that. Yeah.
They got rid of the mustache, right, for Henry
Yeah,
Cavill.
oh man, that was bad. And they take Michael into the lair. That's the whole famous the maggot scene.
You're eating worms.
Yeah. So Joel Schumacher is funny on that one because he's like, so we had the maggots in the box or whatever, and they don't move. So we had a maggot wrangler. A maggot wrangler.
Okay.
You know what a wrangler is?
Yeah. Jeans. You joke. I'm even joking. I'm joking.
This is where we put that sticker on the screen, epic fail.
Rejected. So he said, you know how you make the maggots squirm is you pour lemon juice on them. And then all of a sudden they start going crazy.
Yeah, you're burning the shit out.
They're fucking maggots.
Well, I was going to say James Cameron had a better way, you know, in Galaxy of Terror when he had to get all those worms and everything moving.
Yeah.
He electrocuted them.
Wow.
That's how he got it all wiggly
That's
and
good.
everything. Yeah.
That's good shit, man. I didn't know that.
So
No.
So then they spill it and it's about a rice comes down. So Joel Schumacher says, we didn't need a rice wrangler here. So then they show the worms, it was the noodles, whatever. They show the worms and he goes, and guess how we get the worms to squirrel like that? You got it. Lemon juice. So all you film students that are going crazy and trying to make your worms and maggots go crazy, it's just lemon juice. I was like, that's awesome. That's really cool.
it just tortured them.
Yeah.
They don't have voices, so who cares?
They don't have a brain. They're fucking maggots.
Yeah, exactly.
So they trick him into drinking the wine, which is actually blood, which turns him into a half vampire.
Yeah.
He said that the reason why when he read the script was he was dying to fucking film the scene where they were hanging off the fucking.
No.
Oh, yeah.
When he read that, he was like, "It's been done before," but I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to do it cool, and it was literally 5 feet away from the floor.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
of course. You know,
It
they got
was
the,
two-
they
it
got
was
the
two-
smoke and stuff.
Yes, exactly. There was a guy there with a fog machine, and it was two different scenes,
I was
obviously.
gonna say, when do you ever cross a freaking ridge that was all filled with smoke like that?
Have you ever been to Transylvania?
Touche.
Yeah, it was like two different scenes. Like it was a real bridge, and then it was like a studio bridge.
Oh.
And he goes, it sucked. He goes, we had to be careful where we placed the camera because Magic Mountain was right behind them.
That's very funny.
wow.
So second act is now about everybody.
About building up the tension and fighting.
And Corey Feldman finding out about
His brother's a vampire.
That fucking scene is fucking great. When he
You
finds
know, he's
out,
flying all up on. And,
Well, no,
right before
get him in
that,
the bathroom.
yeah, he was in the bathtub.
oh yeah, and the
Daniel
dog starts
comes out,
recognizing.
and the
Yeah,
dog
yeah.
Yeah.
and jumps at him because he smelled the blood. And then, he heard the heart beating.
Michael? Mike, what happened?
Nanook.
What about Nanook? What'd you do to my dog, you asshole?
Nothing. I didn't hurt him. He bit me. This is my blood.
Why'd he bite you, Mike? Huh? What'd you do to him?
He was protecting you.
Look at your reflection in the mirror. You're creature of the night, Michael. Just like out of a comic book. You're a vampire, Michael. My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy.
That scene gets me every time. It's like a really fucking funny scene. The way they pull that off. He had a problem. The director had a problem with that too because every time the studio would look at the dailies, they were like confused. I'm like, is this a comedy? Is this a scary movie? Like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
And he was like, can it be both?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, throw a little humor in the scary movie.
And well, because it wasn't never really done good.
Yeah.
To have that comedy. Because it's not a comedy. It is.
No, it's just I made a funny comment.
It has comedy. Yeah, exactly. It has comedy and comedy characters. Yeah, you were talking about the levitating scene.
Yeah.
That was really cool because I was reminiscent of Salem's Lot. Everybody who saw Salem's Lot when you were a kid remembers that shit.
Or like Freddy Krueger.
No, I'm talking about the window.
Oh, okay.
The vampire out the window.
On it? Yeah.
Let me in. And they did that in Buffy the Vampire Slayer too.
Yeah, come on, I'm hungry.
You know, and they make a pact that he's like, all right, we're gonna figure this out and everything, and they're gonna work together and all that shit like that. And they get the Frog Brothers involved.
Yeah.
Frog Brothers.
Now, why
just fucking kill them?
Yeah, right.
The reason why they go to Frog Brothers.
Because the last name's Frog. Yeah.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, it was.
We're gonna have to Google that one.
I meant to make that one.
You know, but then he starts saying, you know, he starts telling him, I think I know who the head vampire is. It's Max.
Right.
You know, let's go test him out.
Yeah, because what happens is that Sam is freaking out on the phone because when he's floating around through the window, Sam calls his mom. He's like, Mom, help me. He's at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, she's at the restaurant with Max. Yeah. And she leaves Max by herself. And
she goes to apologize.
But before that though too, she when she comes home, whatever, and he's like, I just read a scary comic book or whatever. He's like, really scary. I mean, Corey Haim's fucking he's fucking pitch perfect in the movie.
Yeah, he was.
He really does have a lot of charisma. It's such a shame that he passed away.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that he even fucking didn't do more stuff.
Yeah.
That would, you know what I'm saying? Especially him and Corey Feldman.
Yeah, I just think that they, being together, they kind of, you know,
I
killed each other's career.
I really want to see the reality show because I've seen pieces of it and there's some fucked up shit in that. Because
really?
about the rape.
Reality.
Wow. There was a reality, the Two Corys, it was called.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I saw scenes of it and then, like, when they first get together or whatever, he's like, yo, you still hung out with the guy who raped me. I was like, whoa.
Wow, that
one. You don't know about that, huh?
We'll what Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, Charlie Sheen, okay.
Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, right? Can't put it back in.
That'd be great, a little sound effect there. She also picks up the milk carton and you see the kid Laddie.
Yeah,
he's
missing, yeah.
And that's when they figure out that it's Max because when she goes to bring the flowers. Like,
the dog goes and attacks her.
The dog attacked
that scene, I couldn't believe how fucking scary that scene
was. That was
I was like, I know what's happening.
It's because you got bit before.
I know, I do have a fear of dogs. No, it was just really scary. That was a really, really scary intense.
Yeah, it just starts like breaking through the
defense.
That's even when she flips it over.
I would have a heart attack, man.
She took it pretty well. I mean, he came over the house like, oh, the dog apologized. She's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, fucking
like, this thing almost killed you.
The fucking dogs. They fucking do. They fucking bite.
Was he the head vampire yet?
He's
Yeah.
the vampire.
That's why in the beginning, like when the guys came into the video store, he was like, what'd I tell you? Beat it. You know, like, don't come in my store, you know, and they listened, you know.
My thing was, how come...
You don't remember what the ending too? What he said the reason was? They needed a mother. And this is just like...
That's why he wasn't affected by...
Think about Peter Pan.
No. He wasn't affected by the mirror and the garlic.
Okay, so let's get to that. Let's start that off. So let's start that off, right? So now she invites Max over for dinner.
Right, exactly.
And they already think, like you said, that he's the vampire.
They're going to test him.
And they're going to test him. So now go ahead.
Yeah. So when he's about to, she says, Mike, hey, you know, Max coming for dinner. He's like, yeah, I got to go, Mom. Yeah, and as he's leaving, well, the rule is that if you invite a vampire into your home, it leaves you renderless.
And what does he do?
And so he said, you're the man of the house.
Yeah.
And I won't come in until you invite me.
I love that.
You're invited.
I don't remember that scene.
I told you I can act out the whole damn movie, you know. So, but he also says it at the end, just in case you didn't know that about vampire law. At the very end, Max says, he's like, wait a minute, you passed the test. And he's like, you silly fool. You don't invite a vampire to your house. It leads you renderless.
And that's
powerless.
And Joel Schumacher wanted to, when he did the script, he was like, I wanted to reinvent the vampires, but I still wanted to keep the real law.
Right.
Like he keep like some of the original stuff like that, and he goes to a lot of like he goes to Bram Stoker's, he goes to Interview with a Vampire. He talks about a lot of that stuff. It's really cool. Like he really was knowledgeable about it.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I would have loved to make another vampire movie.
Yeah, actually, they were supposed to make a Lost Girls 2 with what's it called? Tara Reid and what's the other one from Josie and the Pussycat?
Lost Girls.
Leia Cook or something like that.
Oh yeah, Rachel A.
Cook. The
Really?
two of them. Yeah, and it never just.
They did make 2 more Lost Boys.
Well, that came very later on.
Yeah,
with
like
Corey
2000,
Feldman, you know, like
2000 and James and the Frog Brothers.
yeah,
The second one wasn't horrible. The third one was.
yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, well, he leaves. He's like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm gonna leave. I will go do dinner somewhere at my house.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right. So now we go to the vampire initiation. So let's just jump right to that.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, they want Michael to drink his first blood,
Yep.
and they take him to that surf punk place.
Yeah, surf punk bonfire.
That burn. Yeah. The
Oh
bonfire.
yeah, and that's what I was telling about. Was supposed to be so much more violent, that scene.
And it was
So
pretty
they-
violent as it was.
They
Yeah,
had to
exactly.
cut it back because of the rating, you know. But Keifer Sutherland was having an interview, and he was talking about how, like, there was one scene they filmed where they had him like eating the back of someone's head open, like, you know, like
What?
he was just a brain, just like.
That would have been.
And he was like, in the direction that Joel gave him was that he should be like a happy kid who just ate a big fat happy kid that just ate cake and stuff.
Oh wow.
You know, like
was it rated R though? I'm pretty sure it was rated. Yeah, it was rated R. So wow, for them to cut that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
could've put that in.
Because there wasn't a lot of cursing in it.
no, it was
And
just
a lot of
pure
blood.
violence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of blood.
It wasn't
Not
a lot
too
of-
much,
Not too much, nah.
But
biting
the-
into the head with like an
Yeah.
apple.
Well, I was gonna
Like
say
that.
the blood that they did have was like squirting.
Yeah,
and,
like, it was
you know, like,
quick.
all that
It
kind
was
of
quick.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a great scene, and they're playing that the Run
MTV.
DMC song. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was it's a great fucking scene. But he also one thing he was saying was that the vampire movies at that time, like Fright Night and Vamps,
Mhm.
they were putting extra prosthetics on the vampires, and he's like, no, I want them to look like them. So there's a minimal fucking makeup on them,
Right.
and it works perfect.
Yeah, it's more
It
believable.
literally works perfect.
Yeah, actually, they couldn't wear the contacts more than
The
a couple
hard
of seconds
contacts,
because
yeah.
they would hurt so bad.
There was
You know,
something about the
it's-
smoke or something like that too. There was something about smoke getting into the contact.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it or whatever. He goes back to the house and everything, and Star is there.
Yes.
Of course, Sam fucking freaks out.
Yeah. He's a blood-sucking
vampire.
He was supposed to be her first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To turn her back into a vampire.
Yeah, but then
Vampire.
Max had different plans for him.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, so and it goes back to the whole thing where we explained that the reason why they wanted the mother was because just like in Peter Pan, the Lost Boys wanted a mother figure, and that's why they wanted Wendy.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Wendy was supposed to be the mother figure.
Right. Got you.
And then that's why they had different plans, like you said. Like they wanted Michael to be part of the gang or whatever, and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so they decided to go to the vampire hideout. They got to stop
Yes.
because now that they're sure that it's got to be freaking
Matt.
Keifer Sullivan.
Okay.
No, Keifer
Yeah,
Sullivan.
Keifer Sutherland's got to
Yeah,
be the head
David,
vampire.
Gotta be that-
Well, because when Star came over, she asked for help. She was like, I don't want to be a vampire. You cannot be, but we have to do it. And he laughed, and she's like, "Fuck you!" She broke out.
Yeah.
Hey, take Grandpa's car. Hey, Grandpa, can we use your car?
Yeah, I was gonna say because like what you were saying about the license to drive and stuff. When they come back with the car and stuff, he's just like, "Don't you know about the rule about filling up the tank?" Like it wasn't like nobody was allowed to drive Grandpa's car or anything.
Fill up the car.
What,
Fill up
unless
the
it's a
tank.
drive?
No. In this.
Oh,
When
but
they
this
get
one-
back and stuff, they're like, they're carrying Jamie Gertz and everything like that,
Oh, okay.
And he's like, "Hey, Michael, don't you know the rule about taking the car?" And he's like, "No, Grandpa," and he's like, "You got to fill up the tank." It's like, "Oh,
That's
okay."
funny. Okay, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, because originally before he said just don't nobody drives.
Yeah.
I changed it. Okay, but before we get to that, real quick, they go into the freaking. That's the ending of that scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the lair. They go into the lair or whatever. And they're all hanging like fucking that. That was
That was
really,
really
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That really was a nice fucking.
Yeah, they
nice
had the
little
feet
twist.
and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
And then that's when we get that famous scene of David. That's when he's coming out through the
The light.
Yeah, when the light he hits the light, and he fucking actually tears.
No, but that was the contacts. When I was reading, they said that tea was actually real because the contacts hurt so bad that but it was perfect.
It was?
timing.
Well, no, yeah. I
You
mean,
know, like he got burnt with the sun and stuff. You know, he's like,
Well, yeah, like, you never seen a vampire. Like, he's a tough bastard.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a tough bastard.
Well,
I don't know why I feel like that. I was like, there's a fucking.
A lot of times they don't get burnt by sun and shit. You know, he's
Of
like,
course they did, man. He's a bastard. He's a bastard.
but yeah, Bill, Bill and Ted,
That's all we did.
you know,
Yeah,
but
dude,
Alex with
all the blood started coming
he's
out.
like, you killed Marco.
You evil dick.
Yeah.
And notice the blood is not red, it's brown. Right? When he killed him, all brown stuff came out.
Yeah. It was like liquidy. Yeah, it was almost like oil and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like car oil.
And
And
they
stuff.
chased him back to the house.
But I don't know, man. I'm like, I'm watching that scene. I'm like, now you got 4 of them all lined up. I got
Right.
all these stakes. Why wouldn't you take 2 and I take 2 and we just
And
kind of like
Yeah.
all together now?
Well, it was the 80s and multitasking wasn't a thing. at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah.
And he only had 2 stakes. That was it.
No, he's just.
In the backpack,
No,
he
well,
only
they had a whole
two.
bunch in their
Yeah, a whole
backpacks.
bunch. And they save Star from that, and she's like, "Take Laddie."
And Laddie, yeah.
Take Laddie, whatever. But yeah, like you said, they go back to the house.
I tell you the costumes too. I mean, like, what the hell is Laddie wearing? It's like
I don't know what
the Black Parade or something.
Yeah, that was a really, really crazy guy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, but again, I told you he was this fashion designer.
Yeah, it makes
and
sense,
he hired somebody else to do it, and he loved everything that. I think it was a she.
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
Right.
But because it makes the movie too.
True.
Because everybody stands out.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
definitely.
stands out. It's very like gothic.
Yeah.
No, like I said, he was trying to make like a sexy fucking gothic compared to what they really wanted.
Yeah,
He
of
went
course.
a total
Completely
different direction.
Yeah. You know.
Totally.
So they kill Marco, and they're running out of the place, and Keifer Sutherland comes after them and grabs, Corey Haim is trying to pull him through, and then they burn him, and that's why he's like nighttime.
So now they gotta fucking hold down the fort. So now we get to the third act.
Yeah,
Right.
You got
Third
2
act.
hours before nightfall.
Yep. And they're fucking getting ready for all the shit. They're setting up all the
18
booby traps.
Mom
18
don't want
the
to
whole
listen.
Yeah. They get to go to church to get the
Yeah,
They
holy
start
water.
filling up. Yeah,
They said they had to do that at a studio on the lot because they were like, no church will let us do that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
One of his moves, so they can't do
Like,
it.
it don't have to be real holy water. We just need to use the building.
Exactly.
But so they started getting all the garlic. They're preparing. They're filling up the tub with
where
the
they get all
stuff.
that fucking garlic? 50 pounds of garlic. out of
He's like,
nowhere.
I'm a chef, man, and that's got to be special
What?
order.
That's right.
The more you buy, the more you get lit. Nah, I mean, you can get 50 pounds of garlic.
That was a big bag, dude.
Nah, man, think about it. If you went to Stop and Shop right now,
Well,
and
there
you
wasn't
needed
even Stop
50
and Shop back
pounds,
then.
Like that.
yeah, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's true.
You're gonna get at most maybe 5 pounds.
5 pounds, 10,
No.
that's it.
So they get set up and everything. They start attacking everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the attacks.
Yo,
We got
Nanu, the dog with the fucking
The Nook.
the bathtub. The
Yeah,
dog
that's what I was
bathtub.
just about to say. That's the guy that you killed Marco.
And fucking the dog hits him, put him into the bathtub, and he starts bubbling.
You killed Marco! Yeah, you're next! No, you're next! Garlic don't work, boys! I only want her dead breath!
But it's funny too because the guy falls into the tub and now all the plumbing in the house is like,
Oh yeah, so squirt out.
it's like, what
The Goonies.
I'd be like, asshole.
Yeah, it's the Goonies problem.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be like, asshole, no vampires in the sinks anymore. You see what you just did to my shit?
You know how long it takes Brother Rudy to get over here?
Oh yeah, they were destroying Grandpa's house.
What about
Downstairs.
fucking Laddie's fucking crazy ass fucking attack
With the freaking fan and everything
What
going
the-
like the
everything
80s
just flying
videos.
up?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I was waiting for Tony Katan to jump out on
Yeah,
the fucking
exactly.
hood.
I was like the attack of Eddie Munster.
Yeah, right.
There was so many like 60s like serial
Oh, yeah,
TV
yeah.
shows references like that.
Oh no! But the throwback was the Munsters poster in the cave. There's a George poster and there's a Munsters poster.
Oh, there
Munsters
you
go to something.
Oh.
Sorry, I just blacked out.
And then we got another death with the bow and arrow. With the death by radio.
Yeah.
Geez,
They real quick. That was they had to do a pause on that because the audience was laughing so hard that they couldn't hear the death by radio part. So they extended the part a little bit so the audience could laugh and then they could fucking say that part. This was pretty
He's
cool.
like, you miss, sucker. It's like, so let me just stand there while you have a cool catchphrase and aim that thing at me this time, you know?
And then Max and freaking David start fighting. I'm not Max and David. Michael and David
Yeah,
start
yeah.
fighting.
Are you afraid to fight me?
It was the coolest fucking fight.
And we finally got a flying.
The scene where they're coming together, that was green screen.
Oh, okay.
But then
Well, you could kind of
once
tell
they're
the
together,
background. You could tell the background.
So like I said, it was 2 screens. I don't know. I forgot the other one was. But when they got together, then again, that was wire work and everything.
Yeah, because then you could just go 2 feet off the
Yeah.
ground and mess around, you know?
And then he kills Max. I mean, he kills
David.
Max. He kills
Michael.
David. No, Michael kills David.
He's like, your blood, my blood is in you, so is mine. I never got that, you know? Like, why does he say, so is mine? And I actually had to listen to that.
And they're like, nothing's different, nothing's changed.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And Michael, I'm sorry, man, too many fucking
Still
names.
got the eyes.
Yeah, well, that was the first time that he's really like half transformed into a vampire or whatever. Everything they're like telling everybody, "Oh, stay away, stay away." And then Max comes in, and that's when the big reveal comes in. But it was something funny too that the audiences, most people when they first saw it, they thought that the grandpa was the fucking vampire.
Well, they kind of set it up at the end for that, you know,
At the
like
beginning,
grandpa.
Because he's never around at nighttime.
Yeah.
He's always going out.
Yeah.
And he's got that special room. Don't ever go into my room.
Yeah.
So I never noticed it until after I heard that. I was like, that makes sense. But as kids, I wasn't really thinking hard about it when we saw it.
And he stuffed those animals that are dead anyway. So maybe he's sucking the blood out of them and stuffing them instead of killing.
I don't know. Again, you're reaching, man.
My imagination.
I mean, if he's ripping apart humans, what do you need a?
Yeah, and then Max reveals that that's what he wanted the wife. What's her name? Their mom, to be new mother for the Lost Boys.
It's always been about you.
Yeah. That is such a weird thing, right? I always fucking thought I always just thought that was a weird, like, who made you do that?
Trying to get it turned on.
They're
like, this is waiting for you.
Yeah, it's like what the like totally against his character. I just thought it was a really bad character choice, acting choices. And he's beating the shit out of fucking. He's Michael and fucking Sam throwing him across the room, and then and I never noticed it before on the 4K version. I did, but I didn't notice that. Fucking Michael grabs him and pushes him.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't know. I never noticed.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like kind of do like a
yes, yeah. I don't know why I never noticed that before.
And also the foreground, the foreshadow to that also is that when they go run out, they steal his car, the grandpa's car, and they run out.
Yeah,
he's putting those spike fences up.
Yes.
And and then he crashes into those, and that's what kills Max at the end.
Right.
You know.
And it has the fucking perfect ending. Because he dies, and Grandpa says, "Can you say it verbatim?"
One thing I hate about Santa Carla is all the damn vampires.
All the damn vampires. That's fucking great. And it ends. I'm like, holy shit! That was just fucking perfect.
With the people is strange. You know?
And then now after that, did you watch the credits? Did you finish watching the credits?
No.
So the next song that comes on is "Don't Let the Sun Come Down."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
The Elton John song.
Yeah.
But it's sung by Roger Daltrey.
Oh,
what the fuck?
I thought it was.
Roger Daltrey from the Who.
Yeah.
He's from the Who.
Yes.
You know that?
No.
She's like, oh.
Wow, I was surprised.
Well, it sounds
I was
important.
surprised.
I was like, oh shit, they got Roger Daltrey to do a fucking Don't Let. I never heard that.
Now, did you know that they actually were going to film an after credit, a post credit screen?
Wow, that was,
to kind
That
of
was
set up for
rare.
a part 2. Yeah, well, that's what they said before Marvel started
before
making
Marvel,
the thing.
exactly,
You know, and it was supposed to be like the layer down, you know, like just an empty layer with Jim Morrison poster and stuff, and it kind of pans around, and then you see like a painting of Max, like looking like the vampire or something, and then you see like a hand or something like that come up.
Really?
Wow.
But they never filmed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So did Grandpa know about the vampires?
Well, he just knows that they, you
There's
know.
a vampires there. That's why he said that. That's why I hate about San Carlos.
Why did you say that in the beginning? Tell me, yeah, you know what?
No, because that's just
No,
that's
he
the
asked
twist.
him. He said, "Is
That's
this
the
true?"
twist at the ending.
He said, "Is it truly the murder capital of the world?" And he said, "Yeah."
if you knew that in the beginning,
You wouldn't know about the movie.
no, you wouldn't watch the movie. Man,
The grandkids wouldn't stay.
The point of it was an ending joke. It was a punchline.
Oh.
It was a punchline saying that, oh, Grandpa knew about this shit all the time. While everybody's going through all this shit,
They're learning about it,
They're learning
and
about
fighting
it,
them and everything.
and like you said, they were like, you know, he's putting the stakes in front of there. He was ready for that.
He was
shit.
nonchalant about it. He was just like, "Yeah, freaking vampires."
Yeah. What kind of ratings are we gonna give this one? We're gonna close this up real quick.
That was
Did you hear
the
about
bloody
the
steaks.
That was another thing that was great too about it, that Joel Schumacher told Corey Feldman, play it straight. Because you guys are the straight guys, but they're the funniest guys because they fucking know that this shit is real.
Well, what's it
Play
called?
like Rambo.
Actually, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
he told them play like Rambo, you know, which is why he got the headband on. And
We're about to die here. All right, we'll just do steaks, man. We're just gonna. Right?
You go for it, steaks.
I'm going 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
3.5, but you gave the other one.
And,
5.
I mean,
The reason why I do 3.5 because when I saw it the first time, I was like, "Oh, it's a good movie." And I saw it again, I was like, I wasn't really hyped up about it, but I was like, "Oh, it's all right."
His fault.
Well, yeah. So that's why I was like, "Oh, it's okay."
He's gotta get ripped.
I can't watch it over and over. You know,
I could. I
I can only
definitely
watch it once,
Okay, go.
and that's it.
I think I'm gonna give it a pretty high rating. I'm gonna give it, I think, a 4.5.
Wow.
And I say 4.5 because it stands the test of time. You
It
can
does.
always watch it. This is again a movie that I think everybody enjoys. You know, like I've never met somebody that was like, that movie sucked. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. And watching it again, I still enjoyed it. You know, it was still relevant. The graphics, the special effects were still, you know, up to par. You know, for
and
today's.
practical.
Yeah.
No CGIs.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
no.
saying. Like, it still works. You know, like
Still
it's
works
still,
100%,
you know.
100%.
So that's why I give it a very high rating.
Oh, you gotta be my brother for. Yeah, we grew up together. So, I mean, we pretty much. Yeah, some of these movies we're gonna definitely have the same rating, and I'm gonna. Oh man, but you're right though. It stands test, and I watched it again with the commentary, and I still fucking enjoyed it. It's a fun fucking movie. Yeah, I gotta go for 4.5, man. So this the only 4.5 is we gave up. Well, you gave out 4.5 for First Blood.
Yeah.
That was your highest rated. Now, so this is your second round. So now First Blood and Lost Boys are your top.
Yeah, and I think Goonies was pretty high up there.
You didn't even give it a 4, but you gave it a 4.
I was gonna say maybe a 4
Yeah.
or it was for Goonies.
Yeah. Josh got like 5 fucking.
I'm
points.
Yeah, right.
I'm not
Yeah.
shy.
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah, I definitely agree. 4.5. It stands the test of time. I have a whole new respect for Joel Schumacher after listening to that commentary. I'm not going to judge him for Batman anymore.
I was gonna say the Batman kind of like,
It
you know,
really
like
fucked him
killed
up,
his
man.
career in my
It
eyes,
did, man.
you know?
And
So yeah, this is definitely redemption.
DC Cab, The Incredible Shrinking Woman. I mean, we used to watch that all the time. I haven't seen that in like 30 years.
They used to play it on TV all the time.
Oh my God, Galaxy Glue.
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
still remember that. But I don't remember the movie at all. And he had a bunch of other great ones too. And he did that one with the phone booth.
Oh, okay, yeah,
with,
with Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, and remember the sniper was Keifer Sutherland at the end.
Oh yeah. That's
So it was
right.
supposed to be somebody else, and they didn't like the voice, whatever. And he was like, "Oh, I know somebody."
I got this guy.
I got this guy. All right, well that's it, man, for the retro movie show. Smokeyheads. signing
Thank
out.
you. Like
Don't
us.
forget-
Subscribe.
Hit that little bell icon and go to that.
All that stuff. It's good.
Ordered it.
Good for you.